If you are 60 or older and on Social Security or Medicare, there is money in the system right now with your name on it. Not money you might qualify for someday, money you have already earned, already paid into, already built up over decades of work. Money the Social Security Administration is sitting on right now and will continue sitting on indefinitely because the SSA has your interest, has sent you annual benefit statements for 40 years and has never once mailed you a letter explaining that any of what I am about to cover exists. The SSA does not call you when something is waiting. It does not send a notice explaining your options. Some of what I am covering today has windows that close quietly without warning, after which the money is simply gone. 5 specific payouts that a significant number of seniors are entitled to right now and are not receiving. Exactly who qualifies, what the dollar amount looks like, and the one step it takes to claim each one. Smash the like button right now because every tap pushes this into the feed of one more senior whose money is sitting in the system uncollected right now. Subscribe and flip the bell to all. The rules around Social Security and Medicare change every year. The people inside this archive find out before the deadline. The ones outside it find out after the window closes. Subscribe now. This is not financial advice. This is the masterclass on 5 payouts the SSA has never proactively explained to the people who earned them. Payout number 1, the spousal benefit top-up. $1,200 per month permanently. That is what is potentially waiting for a spouse whose partner receives $2, $400 per month in Social Security, and who has never been told that a spousal benefit of up to 50% of the higher earner's benefit may be available. The spousal benefit allows you to receive up to 50% of your spouse's primary insurance amount if that amount is larger than the benefit. You built on your own earnings record. To receive the full 50%, you must claim at full retirement age, which is 67 for anyone born in 1960 or later. Claiming earlier reduces the percentage on a sliding scale down to 32.5% at age 62. Divorced spouses can also claim on an ex-spouse's record if the marriage lasted at least 10 years. The Nationwide Retirement Institute's 2025 Social Security survey found that 30% of adults incorrectly believe Social Security does not offer benefits for a spouse, and 50% do not know that divorced spouses may qualify on an ex-spouse's record. The SSA knows both of your earnings records. The SSA can see the gap between your benefit and your spouse's benefit. It has never sent you a letter explaining that a top-up exists. The knowledge gap is not an oversight. It is a structural feature of a system that processes applications rather than proactively delivering entitlements. Note, when you apply for Social Security, the SSA now considers both your own benefit and the spousal benefit simultaneously and pays the larger amount. But this automatic comparison applies only at the time of application. If you applied years ago without understanding your full options, a review call is worth 20 minutes of your time. Call SSA at 1-800-772-1213. Bring both Social Security numbers. Ask specifically whether a spousal benefit adjustment applies to your current payment. Payout number 2, the Survivor Benefit Switching Strategy, $1,863 per month. That is the average monthly survivor benefit in 2026 according to SSA data. Most widows and widowers know at a basic level that a survivor benefit exists. What almost nobody knows is that survivor benefits can begin as early as age 60 and that there is a strategy built around this that the SSA will not explain unless you ask specifically. Here's how it works. A widow or widower can begin collecting survivor benefits at 60 at a reduced rate while leaving their own personal retirement benefit completely untouched and continuing to grow. Their own benefit grows at 8% per year for every year of delay past full retirement age until it reaches its maximum at 70. At 70, they switch to whichever benefit is larger, their now maximized personal benefit or the survivor benefit they have been collecting. The household receives income throughout the 60s while preserving the ability to lock in the highest possible lifetime benefit at 70. People who never apply for survivor benefits early because they plan to wait until 70 for their own benefit miss years of income they could have been receiving. These two benefits are not mutually exclusive. The SSA does not volunteer this information. You have to know to ask. Contact SSA at 1-800-772-1213 and ask specifically about beginning survivor benefits now while delaying your own retirement benefit to 70. Send this video right now to one widow or widower you know, not after you are finished watching, right now. Because the window to begin collecting survivor benefits at 60 is open the day the spouse dies, and most people close it permanently by waiting without knowing the combination strategy exists. Payout number 3, the IRMAA appeal, between $1,148 and $6,936 per person per year. That is the range of Medicare surcharges being deducted automatically from Social Security checks for higher income retirees in 2026. The surcharge is called IRMAA CA8MA. It is calculated using your tax return from 2 years ago. If your income has dropped since then because you retired, sold a property, had a one-time income event, or lost a spouse, you may be paying a surcharge based on income you no longer earn. The fix is Form SSA-44. It exists specifically for life-changing events, including retirement. You file it with documentation of your current income. SSA reviews the surcharge is reduced or eliminated. Most people paying these surcharges have never heard the appeal process exists. The Medicare premium notice that triggers the surcharge does not mention SSA 44. The SSA does not send a separate notification explaining that the charge can be reversed. Download Form SSA 44 at ssa.gov or pick it up at any Social Security office. Payout number 4, the WEP and GPO correction payments, $17 billion. That is how much the SSA paid out to 3.1 million affected beneficiaries after the Social Security Fairness Act was signed into law in January 2025, eliminating the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. The act restored benefits for teachers, firefighters, police officers, federal employees, and others who spent careers in public service jobs that had their own pension systems and did not pay into Social Security. The WEP had been cutting Social Security benefits by an average of $480 per month for affected workers. The GPO had been reducing or eliminating spousal and survivor benefits for spouses with government pensions. Both provisions are now gone permanently. Benefits were restored retroactively to January 2024. The average affected spouse is now receiving $700 more per month. The average affected widow or widower is receiving $1,190 more per month. The SSA completed most payments by mid-2025 ahead of schedule, but SSA has confirmed that some complex cases are still being processed into 2026 and that some people whose records were not automatically flagged have not yet received their correction. There is also a group the SSA is almost certainly not reaching. People who were told years ago that their spousal or survivor benefit would be reduced to zero under GPO and who therefore never filed a claim at all. GPO is eliminated. The benefit that was going to be zeroed out is now payable in full. If you never filed because GPO made filing pointless, you need to file now. Log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov to check whether your benefit has been corrected, or call 1-800-772-1213 and ask specifically whether your account has been updated under the Social Security Fairness Act and whether any retroactive payment remains pending. Payout number 5, the Medicare Advantage OTC benefit, over $400 per year. Some plans $1,200 to $2,400 annually, sitting in an account right now, loaded onto a card or account you received in the mail that you may not have understood was real usable money. If you are enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan, which approximately half of all Medicare recipients are, your plan almost certainly includes an over-the-counter benefit. A monthly or quarterly allowance you can spend on vitamins, pain relievers, dental care products, first aid supplies, blood pressure monitors, and other health-related items without a prescription. According to CMS data, roughly 70% of these benefits go unused every year. Approximately $5 billion per year sitting in Medicare Advantage accounts that expire without being spent. Not because people do not need the items, because they did not know the money was there or did not understand what the card was for. The unused balance typically does not roll over to the next quarter. It expires. The plan resets. The money is gone. And the Medicare Advantage plan that holds the unused allocation sends no reminder because an unspent benefit reduces what the plan pays out. The financial incentive for not reminding you is visible and real. Log into your plan's member portal or call the member services number on the back of your Medicare card and ask specifically about your OTC benefit balance and how to use it. Do it today before the current period expires. Here is the full picture. The spousal benefit top-up that may be adding up to 50% to a monthly check for a spouse whose partner earns a significantly larger benefit. The survivor benefit switching strategy that allows income collection at 60 while the personal benefit grows to its maximum at 70. The IRMAA appeal that eliminates a Medicare surcharge worth up to $6,936 per year for retirees whose income dropped after the year SSA is using to calculate it. The WEP and GPO correction payments from the crazy Social Security Fairness Act that are still being processed and that people who never filed because GPO eliminated their benefit can now claim for the first time. In the Medicare Advantage OTC benefit sitting in an account right now that expires unused for 70% of the people entitled to it. None of these come looking for you. The SSA is not going to call. Your Medicare plan is not going to remind you when the quarterly balance expires. The only difference between the seniors who receive this money and the seniors who do not is knowing it exists and making one phone call or logging into one account. You now know it exists. Make the call. Before you leave, do 3 things. Smash the like button right now. One tap tells the algorithm to push this into the feeds of seniors whose money is sitting in these systems uncollected right now. Hit it, subscribe, and flip the notification bell to all. Social Security and Medicare rules change every year. New payouts open. Old windows close. The archive covers every change before the deadline. Be inside it. Pass this video to one person you know who is 60 or older and on Social Security or Medicare. One specific person. Not a general share. One person who is currently missing at least one of these 5 payouts and who will not find out any other way. I will see you in the next investigation.